So as I mentioned in our other video, our cards for 2018 lend themselves to being mass produced very efficiently and have a very classic feel to them. We've also included a print to cut element with a beautiful caption with a very scripty sort of font and some little fretwork designs, and again, very simple to put together. And let's just dive right in and take a look at what we have here. This is the main card base. We've included two versions of this, one without score lines. So if you have one of those score tools, just just fold it right in half. The card itself is this is 11 inches roughly. So you want to fold it at the 5.5 inch mark, get it nice and centered. And if you I actually just folded this by hand. Took a ruler and a little, used my little pick-me-up tool. There's a little point on one side to kind of create the crease to help me with the folding. So first things first, we're going to take this beautiful fretwork here and glue it to the front of the card. You want to make sure that this little border on the inside is even all the way around. So let's just kind of do our best to get the glue into as many of these little nooks and crannies as possible. I wouldn't obsess too much about getting it in every single little area, but I'm going to do my best until I notice that the glue is sort of starting to set, at which point we're going to need to kind of hurry up and get this done so that it sticks. Now, this is one of those projects that, with all these little intricate designs here, may lend itself to, well, a spray adhesive. And if you are mass producing these cards, I should say, this would actually go really quick with some spray adhesive. Just make sure that you do it in a very well, what's the word I'm looking for? It's getting late here, ventilated area, because I know that the spray adhesives always tend to give me headaches. So pop that right in the center there. Make sure you got a nice even border there in the middle. That is going to help you ensure that you've got a precise alignment. Okay, I think I did a pretty good job there. And then go ahead and just push down and let that grab. It's pretty much spot on. Okay. All right, so that's very simple. And then what we can go ahead and do is assemble our little holly elements here. I've got this large piece here. I've got the main gold. Then I've got this piece with the 3 leaves. So I am going to get that glued onto my gold foil here as a first step. Now this paper, there's a lot of details on it. It's almost kind of hard to see the glue on the back here, so just make sure that you get good coverage all the way around. Okay, and just lay that right onto this little shadow piece of this design. Make sure you get it nice and aligned. And I like to kind of lift it up and nudge things around until I'm sure that everything is perfectly aligned. And then just press that down. Okay. And then we've got this piece here. That's going to go on top of this piece. Right in the center. Make sure you've got that nice and aligned as well. I did hit all of these leaves with some inks. Use like a dark bluish green, just to kind of pretty them up a little bit. And then we're going to put the little berries on. Just a little bit of glue. Pop that right on the bottom. I'm going to jazz this up with some rhinestones when we're done. But that is that piece there. And that's going to get pop dotted right onto our design here, like so. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Now we're just going to do roughly the same thing, just on a smaller scale with these pieces here. Okay, so just get your glue on there, and let's glue that right to our, in my case, a gold piece. There we go. Give that a smush. One more little piece here. So you can see how quickly these cards are going to go together. So if you're looking for a very traditional, classy looking greeting card for the holidays, this is what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to put some rhinestones in the place of these little holders here. These are all going to get pop dotted, and give that a second. This guy here, again, yours comes with a blank one, should you decide to use a blank one, and it also comes with this print and cut version. Okay, so I'll be making some videos for print and cut because I learned a few things today. It's been a while since I've done print and cut, and I learned that the Cricut doesn't allow you to, it won't read print and cut the registration marks on colored paper very well. So I actually had to break out the silhouette for this. So with this piece, you want to go ahead and just make sure that you get it nice and centered, and make sure it's nice and vertical. It might kind of help to lift it up a little bit and nudge things around until you get it nice and lined up. There we go. Just like that. And you've got plenty of room here at the bottom for your little message. Okay, so when you close it up, it's going to peek through the little window there. And this holly is going to kind of extend up a little bit. Just a very beautiful, classy looking piece. Let me grab my foam squares. And you can see, just kind of take a look at where this is going to sit on the card. So we're going to put foam squares on the entire bottom portion, these two leaves, and then probably halfway up this one here. We don't want to put a foam square up at the top there because then it'll kind of keep the card from opening. We don't want that. So let's get our foam squares on here. I think 2 will probably do the trick there. I'll put 1 in the center of the little berries, and then I'll probably just do 2 on the leaf there. Okay, so let's peel these off. I can't tell you, it's been a while since I vacuumed my little work area. Well, not a while, maybe 2 bundles or so. And I have so many of these little squares all over the place. Okay. All right, so again, let's just get that nice and centered. And let's hopefully, I put these low enough. I've got my thumbs on the bottom of these little leaves, and you kind of want them almost touching the corners of your design. Make sure it's nice and centered. And I'm looking at the point of that little leaf, and it's going straight down the center. Okay, so that looks good and perfect. The little foam dots are not showing through. I think this card's gorgeous. All right, so same thing on this side. This leaf here, the big one, is going to be kind of sticking out just a tad. So make sure you put it up near the base where the berries are. I think 3 will do just fine for this section here. So let's peel that back. Get rid of that. Okay. And again, what we want to do is kind of line this up right at the top there. I'd say, yeah, right about there. And just press that down. Make sure you got it nice and centered, like so. Look how gorgeous that card is. Wow. I think this one's going to be my Christmas card this year. I like them both, but I think this one's my favorite. All right, so that's that. That just leaves our envelope. So what we want to do is take the 2 pieces, well, actually 3 pieces of our envelope here. And the first piece here, is this little piece that's going to create this beautiful little lip. And what you want to do is apply your glue onto the actual flap itself. You don't want to put it on the red part because you don't know where the glue needs to go because of all these little intricate cutouts. So just focus your glue on the flap itself and try to get a few dots here in the center so it doesn't come peeling away. Okay. All right, and then what I do is I'll take this and kind of just pop this or hold up the little flap as I run this up against the little crease there where the score marks are to find its position, and then also make sure that it's centered, and then kind of join the two together and then fold it down just to make sure that you've got it nice and lined up. And that looks pretty darn good. Okay, so let's just fold that, or press it down, I should say, to help it set. There we go. All right, so the flap and the back are all done here. Let's take the last piece and fold everything at the score marks. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to join this. I did this a little bit differently in the other video. Either way works. I'm going to start with just the bottom, just to get this anchored, as I say. Do a fine line right up to the bottom there and run that out to the very edge. Okay, and then just get it lined up with the base here. And once it's lined up, make sure it's lined up. It's a tiny little nudge. And just push that tab down. I think this method is actually easier than the one I did before. In the other video, I put glue on all 3 tabs at the same time, and it wasn't hard, it just wasn't as easy. And then we're going to put glue on the remaining tabs here. Just a little bit, not a lot. You don't need much for this to hold. Very thin if possible. And a nice little line right out to the edge. Run that out. Whoops. We got to start moving quicker here. There we go. Fold those tabs in and just align that with both sides and press down. And then just push down on both sides to close that up. Okay, give that a minute to dry. And there's our envelope. And take a look at the final photo on the website. I'm going to let that dry more before I pop it in there. Take a look at the final photo on the website to see where I place the little bling that we're going to put on this card just to kind of jazz it up. As I mentioned, we're going to add some rhinestones here, a couple here, and then scatter a few more throughout the fretwork there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you make this card, would love to see it. So definitely look us up on Facebook, do a search for Dreaming Tree Group. And if you enjoyed crafting with me, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And as always, I look forward to crafting with you again.
Stay on top of all things Dreaming Tree and engage with us today. Get the latest news and enter in our giveaways on Facebook. Get inspired by following us on Pinterest. Be the first to see our new product launches on Instagram. Do you prefer Twitter? Yep, we're there too. Watch our beautiful product trailers and assembly tutorials on YouTube. For more information, visit www.3dsvg.com. Live, craft, love, and dream.